I like the spin. See, this is the type
Yeah.
of stuff, and I found a couple of indie pages.
Hmm.
So I'll be probably talking about more indie games as well.
I
I
think we
didn't.
should. That'd be awesome, man.
I fell into a couple of indie holes, for a lack of better terms. Like I've been finding out like about a lot of just very interesting indie games, man.
Yeah.
Like it's so the scene is growing so fast,
I
and it's
think
a
they're
lot
doing
of
a
good
good
stuff
job.
out there.
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, and it could be, a unfortunate. Well, let me not say an unfortunate, but a positive spin on all the studio closures and stuff that have been happening because a lot of these games are like built by super small teams. I know Manor Lords, in particular, was made by one guy, and that game had like
Hmm.
150,000 people playing it the day it released, which is crazy. Like, if you guys like top down, kind of like Civilization, or I don't want to necessarily say Sims, but the kind of game where you're like building societies essentially, and controlling the fate of life of people. Like, Mandalorian is actually a really. I've watched a bunch of hours of people play this. That game's actually I think it has a bright future ahead of it, as well as Crab's Treasure. But yeah, I mean, I think Xbox is just doing all the right things right now, man. With Game Pass, they're filling out their library outside of those big titles. I mean, we're getting Hellblade 2 here in a couple of weeks. But I think, just like you said, there's just so many hidden gems that I don't know if Xbox does like. I don't know what more they could do because they just had that Idea Xbox showcase last week.
Hmm.
I didn't even watch that. I totally spaced on that, but they try their best to highlight a lot of these games, man, and I think it's definitely worth the money now. Like, yeah, the price went up like $1 or whatever for all the tiers, but I mean, you really do get your money's worth, in my opinion. Like, there's something for everybody on Game Pass, man. Shout out to them, 100%.
I just think I've had mine so long. I'm not trying to sound like a rich elitist, but I don't even be paying attention. Like I don't. When people be
Yeah,
telling me like, "Oh, the Game Pass went up," I'm like, "Oh, for real?" Like I've had it so long. It's a
yeah,
part of my life. I don't think it's going anywhere.
oh, definitely not.
Especially like I said, the past 6, 7 weeks, it's been totally worth it. Like, dude, I mean, you got what Fallout 76, you got Hellblade. It's just so much on there. They got the new Ark on there.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Herald game is on there. It's like, and
Jedi, and I think Jedi
that's just
Survivor just hit
scraping.
like last week or the week before, so you know
Yeah,
that.
that's just scraping the surface because I believe they just put a whole bunch for the May the Fourth be with you. They
Yeah,
just put a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff on there. So
yeah.
Game Pass, man. Like I said, this is not an ad, but I'm just saying.
And yeah, and I mean honestly, and what a lot of people don't know too is like they partner with other streaming services. Like a lot of people kind of shit on EA, but EA Play is actually a really good complement to Game Pass. If you guys are into sports games, you got Madden, EA,
Hmm.
then not FIFA anymore, EA FC. Um, and just like DC said, yeah, they just added like Star Wars Jedi Survivor that came out last year. It's on Game
You
Pass
got
now,
a
so
good healthy hand of Assassin's Creed games,
that too.
if that's your
Yeah,
bag.
Ubisoft is definitely partnering with them smart
A t-
because they're fucking trash.
and then I mean, you got man, it's so much because you got the Persona games on there for a good
Yes,
RPG time. You got
they
the
dipping into
Persona
that
games.
JRPG bag. I love Microsoft for doing that, man. I'm so happy they're starting to do that.
Dude,
Like
I'm
get into
telling
the
you.
more Eastern, like Japanese style games and stuff. 'Cause I think that's the biggest thing that's been missing from Game Pass.
Right.
And